Peace and light, peace and love, family. It is your girl Shakesha here. I just wanted to tell you about tuning in to the Pretty Priestess podcast. You absolutely want to check this out. We are talking about getting that goddess glow, part 2 on this particular topic right here, family. And you definitely want to tune in for this, because these tips right here are some tried and true things that I'm here to tell you it absolutely works. So if you want to be on point, connect to your star player, you definitely want to tune into the Pretty Priestess, and take that time to get your beauty rituals, to get some tips, to get some really good information in a really good space to share on how you can get connected to your star player. You definitely want to do that, family, because self-love is absolutely a path to enlightenment. Don't ever get it twisted. When you love yourself, how you show up in this world starts to change. Your experience starts to change. How you treat other people starts to change, and your life will change for the better. Trust and believe what I'm saying to you, family. Trust what I'm saying. So definitely check out the Pretty Priestess. We are talking about getting your mind, body, and spirit right, and this, my friends, is how you connect to your star player. You will certainly want to do that. You will absolutely want to do that. But right now, family, I want to talk about all of those things that might prevent us. Well, one of those things that could prevent us from connecting to our star player, what we really want to do is really begin to work on self-love, so that we can project love with those individuals that look like ourselves. So we have really had a lot to deal with over the many generations, especially those of us in the African diaspora and those of us we call melanated beings that's here on this planet, because historically we already know about the challenges that the melanated and African diaspora people have faced on this planet, not just here in the United States, but on this planet, period. And it continues to happen, unfortunately. But what really hurts the most is when we begin to do that to each other. We really want to banish that negative Willie Lynch energy that we have going on. It really showed up in a really unfortunate way when apparently Gayle King allowed that Willie Lynch spirit to take control of her when she thought it was a good idea to ask the basketball star lady, Lisa Leslie, some questions about her dear friend Kobe Bryant shortly thereafter he passed away in that helicopter accident with his child and with some other people. She thought it was a good idea to ask about some rape charges from back in the early 2000s that was dropped. And fortunately, Lisa or Leslie, or what, I forgot, the basketball player star, really stood her ground, and she was not taken off of her square, and she was absolutely ride or die for Kobe, and was really representing him in the most powerful and most righteous way, and really displayed the way that we as Black women want to show up in this world when we get pressure to throw the Black man or another Black woman up under the bus. And this was a really good example of how you address that energy. So shout out to that lady for addressing that. And unfortunately, that was the position that Gayle King took, where she allowed that Willie Lynch spirit to take over her. And apparently they say that maybe that wasn't the first time. I'm not really sure what all of that business was, but I'm just going to speak to the example that I saw of how that Willie Lynch spirit just really shows up in an unfortunate way. And so with that, apparently Snoop Dogg was like really pissed about that because that was a friend of his, and he thought it was right to allow Willie Lynch to take advantage of him and call Gayle King a dog-faced bitch for her transgression. And I understand that he was really pissed because that was a really good friend of his, and it being a really good friend of yours, even if whoever it was, being in a position where you have been wounded and you have been wronged does not give you or grant you permission to be so disrespectful, like so unfortunately disrespectful, so outrageously disrespectful, to use your social media platform, the power that you have in social media, the influence that you have in social media, in this way was really unfortunate. But there's some people that will say, well, that's who he is. You remember he put those songs out back in the day, and he said the bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, and this and that and that and the other. And he has grown and evolved and has definitely done some work on himself and really take some inventory. He's shown up a lot differently over the years. From what my understanding is, I'm not really sure. I really didn't decide, I'm going to go and grab myself a Snoop Dogg record, so I don't know. But, from what my understanding is, it seems that he may have evolved. But unfortunately, it looks as if he has backslidden and decided that this was his opportunity to really let her have it. How unfortunate that is that we decide that we will unleash the wrath on each other. And instead of going after the rapists that are alive and here to and here to pay for those mistakes, like Harvey Weinstein, that I haven't heard her really try and get a good interview with him and confront him on his behavior, and confront Matt Lauer, and confront a lot of the other gentlemen that have been accused of these transgressions. And I didn't see her asking Michael Douglas about her dad's or his dad's rape charge when he was supposedly charged with raping a teenage girl at some point. From what the word is, I don't know if this is a factor or anything, but I know that I haven't heard about any interview for that. So, that's just, something for us to look at. But then on the other end, we definitely haven't heard Snoop set out no attack or called the woman who said that Kobe Bryant was a part of the Los Angeles niggers. I didn't hear the dog-faced bitch comment for her. Did she get one of those? Did she get the wrath like that? Because then we gotta do better, family. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. But here's the thing, because it would not have been right for anyone to be called a dog-faced bitch. It would not have been right for anyone's mourning loved ones to be subjected with questions about crimes that their loved one may or may not have committed or have been acquitted for many, many moons ago. It's very unfortunate that we can be so disconnected as a people. And so what I really want to do is take advantage of this time, this new moon, or this full moon, energy that we have. This full moon is in Leo, which is all about the heart and dealing with the heart chakra energy and everything, and dealing with those matters of those things that's in your heart. And what's really in my heart right now is for us as a people to love each other just a little bit more strongly, for us as a people to forgive each other, for us as a people to really begin to come together so that we can prosper, so that we can become a stronger presence in this world, so that they will stop killing our children, so that they will stop redlining our communities, so that they will stop gentrifying our communities, so that we can get a candidate that does not have a problem with arguing the black agenda, and really having a clear black agenda, having a really clear black agenda on how we can build economically, and not just developing social programs that don't help us to build our wealth, like really help working together to prosper with each other. See, that's when we will be able to see a change in this world, when we start working together to build our resources, to build each other up. Then you won't have to concern yourself with this police brutality, because we would have such a political voice, we would have so much pull, we would have so much influence that no one would want to cause harm to us, because it would be at a disadvantage to them. We have got to get in a position of power, but we can only do that if we work together, family. So we gotta definitely love each other, forgive each other, and move forward. So with that, I want to banish that energy. I'm going to take that, because with the full moon, family, with the full moon, you release those things that are no longer serving you. So what I've done today is I've worked on a ritual where I added dragon's blood, and I also added dragon's blood, and I also added some cinnamon. And that dragon's blood is to drive out that energy of Willie Lynch, and the cinnamon. And once we drove that negative energy out and letting the hell go and release that foolishness, right? Then we laid down for us to be able to move forward to prosperity, so that we can work together as a unit. But what we have to do is love ourselves first, so that when we get out here in this world, we'll command respect from all of those individuals that are around us. So I really hope that you all will join and cut loose that energy, fam, of Willie Lynch, because it's definitely banished in this particular house. So peace and light, peace and love.